by requiring them to take these classes?
You know, are we trying to? Now, I'm not per se an educator, but in your question, are we just trying to give them the pat answers? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
and
well,
not allow them this freedom of.
Is there that perception? Now, you've dealt with church members and with students and stuff. Is there that perception that this is just a cookie cutter kind of thing? We have them take these classes because the parents took the classes, or because that's just what we do?
I would hope, and again, I'm not in the class. I'm in the classroom on occasion, but working with students and being around students as part of what I do, I find students that are very intelligent. Mm-hmm. And they see through, at least the students that I know and engage with, they see through if there are attempts to just get them to think a certain way. And I think that we, as Christians, as Christian educators, we need to have faith enough in the Holy Spirit and the student as someone who's created in the image of God, the possibilities of allowing them to ask the difficult questions, to have the dialogue, that they may not come with the answers that we have or that we've come up with. They may come up with new answers that, again, broaden the spectrum of what God's doing in the world. And this kind of gets around to, I think at its best, we're developing with it. We need to, these courses, religious courses, Christian courses, need to develop develop within young people, within ourselves, a worldview, a Christian worldview, see the world through kind of a bigger lens.
All right, and on that same topic, is it wrong really to have a non-Christian student, whether they be atheists or Jewish or Muslim or whatever, is it wrong to have them, if they come to an institution, say an Adventist institution, to have them take Christian education classes? Is it wrong to make them do that, even though they aren't believers?
It's interesting you ask that question, because I was just at lunch today with
I should say, is it ethical? But
is it ethical? That's it. Oh, well, okay. We could get.
We'll make it more academic with that word.
Yeah, that was nice.
Sorry, I cut into your story. Go ahead.
I feel smarter now, or actually more challenged now that you used an academic word.
Yes, that's a score for me.
I just had a conversation with a student who's been here for a couple of years, and who I believe is a Christian and professes his Christian faith in the way of Christ, and was having this very discussion. Why should it be required that and I said, you're not the first person to ask these questions, but I think that at some point, and let's just take, if you have someone who comes onto campus who registers here as a student who's not an Adventist or doesn't have, who's a professed atheist even, I don't know, who I think would be a very interesting, could add to the class. But you have to have, there needs to be requirements, and so this is one of those. And if you want to, I think to take this as a requirement, hey, you're shoving this down my throat, and we want to, I think that's being narrow-minded in itself. It's not, we have to have some requirements, and this is the requirement, and when you sign up and when you drive by the campus, it's PUC, Pacific Union College, a Christian education institution. And with that said, there's expectations that come with that, and I'm comfortable with that. So,
excellent. Well, thank you, Pastor Smith. It was great having you on the show. And please tune in with us next week. Thank you and good night.